This is Harry Brailsford from SMB Nation with my On the Road series. Today, we're focusing on the Dallas, Texas area with Ryan Becker. So, Ryan, thanks for taking time out of your busy holiday schedule to join us, my friend.
My pleasure, Harry. Thanks for having me today.
All right, so let's turn the clock back a little bit. How did you get into this industry, and then maybe tell us something interesting about yourself? I think you like drones, but before we get to drones, let's start with how did you become an IT professional, an MSP? Why are you here, my friend?
Well, kind of by accident, actually. So my passion had always been aviation. And so I have an aviation background, and 9/11 kind of hurt that a little bit. And so
Okay.
I picked up a hobby and started doing consulting. And so I started doing work on a Dell contract here in Dallas, doing phone support for Dell. They kind of branched out from there and started doing consulting for small businesses and homes.
Yeah, exactly. And then tell us about your hobby. When we were rehearsing a couple of weeks ago, that was very interesting to me that you have an interest in drones. So what's the story on that?
Well, it's a bridge between aviation and this, and doing IT consulting, really.
Yeah.
They're amazing devices. The technology that is packed into these little drones today is just incredible in the way that they fly and the way that you can do autonomous flights. I love tech, and it's a really cool piece of tech.
Yep. I just thought of a question, then we're going to get to the good stuff. But with the drones and of course the photography and so on, now will 5G play into the drone world with the ability to hold a signal? Is do drones and 5G have a Venn diagram with an overlap?
There's starting to be some overlap there. Yeah, there's already talk about it in newer drones. It'll probably be in the next generation of drones, I would assume. I don't know if there's going to be any kits to modify the drones that we have, but yeah, it would definitely be a neat thing to see. But the problem is with the Federal Aviation Administration, we have to
Yeah.
keep drones within visual range, and so a lot of guys think, well, if we add 5G, we'd have unlimited range only by our batteries. Well, we and that's one of the things that Amazon's having problems with their delivery drones.
Yeah.
So we'll have to get
Yeah.
by somehow.
Fair enough. So let's talk about your business model. So today you have both business and you have the home base. So briefly, what's the nature of your business clients? Are you in any particular vertical or provide any particular set of services?
Well, I guess there's two different services I offer. I offer small and medium business services,
Okay.
so I consulting, but I also work with a lot of residential clients too, and I'm
Yep.
happy to do both.
And you have the high honor of being my last interview in 2018 as we approach the height of the holiday season. And then all I have to do is edit this, my friend, and I can get on a little working vacation. But with that said, with your interest in the residential segment, how does that play with the gift giving? I'm assuming you'll get busy.
Yeah, people get their gadgets for Christmas and around the holidays, and I do enjoy helping people set them up.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And do you do soup to nuts? Do you have a wide, with the do you have the stay-at-home lawyer with the home office, maybe what all the way down to the kids, the wife and kids?
There's actually a lot of overlap between the small business support that I do and the residential users because myself, I'm a home-based business. There's no reason for me to have an office. So there's a lot of small businesses like me out there that are like just like me, running a small business out of their home. And so
Yeah.
it branches out to, while you're here, can you fix this for my kids? Sure, absolutely. So
Yep.
some overlap.
And do you have? I'm assuming maybe for the home-based users, you bill by the hour or bill by the project. It's not so much an MSP recurring revenue contract for the residential.
Right. It's by the hour.
Okay.
I work by the hour with the businesses too.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. And why do you do that? Because there's a lot of pressure on you. You know, we know a lot of vendors that want to have a lot of conversations with you to go to recurring contracts, right?
Yes, there are. There are. And I've kind of been resistant to it. Um, I heard the saying one time, I only want to get paid for what I do. And I did work for another consultancy at one time that had, monthly service programs, but there was a flat fee. And, there was scuttle about how people didn't like paying that unless they needed the service and didn't
Yeah.
know they were getting everything they could out of it. And so, I've always stuck to that model since I started my business in 2005. Just get paid for what you do and don't slack off and help people out honestly. And they appreciate that. There's a lot of other ways to bill for this kind of service. Like there's another service that comes from a big box retailer that we all know. And when I cold called them one time, it was over $100 for them to come knock on your door, and then
Yeah.
they charge you for each thing that they do, and it may not take them very long, and there's a $400 bill. And so I don't charge trip fees. I just bill for my time. And that's
Yeah.
why.
We last week, or forgive me, 2 weeks ago, we announced Alice Stevenson won our Small Business Saturday contest, where we were trying to get SMB Nation members to do a couple of things and get engaged in that holiday. And she was the winner. And the interview's up on our site. And when I talked to her, she also has a little bit of crossover into residential, but she had a really interesting twist that she enjoys serving the mature market, the elderly market. And I'm wondering if you have some of that.
Yeah, I would say that that's half to two-thirds of my residential clientele. Most
Okay. And how do you grow that line of work? Is it by referral? Are you growing by word of mouth and, earning?
the last few years, I've been doing a lot of work by referral,
Okay.
and so
Okay.
yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Fair enough. Well, I'll tell you what, last question. Anything we can expect in 2019? Are you thinking of adding any new twist to your business model? Or you fat, sassy, and happy out there in Dallas?
Oh, there's always a twist to come, Harry. I
All
can't
right.
do no secrets like that.
Yeah, I know, I know. I'm just doing my day job. Well,
I know you.
I'll tell you what, Ryan, we want to get you back periodically, and then
Awesome.
you and I have agreed to find a way to meet at least one conference in 2019.
We will.
I'm gonna, yeah, and I'm gonna sneak you in, because I need an assistant in the photography area, and I'm thinking the drone thing, and I'm serious. If we could get some B-roll footage of the venue and the outside aspects of the conference, right, and then even some B-roll footage inside the vendor hall, right? I think that would be pretty good. It would take our media presentation to the next level, if that makes sense.
That would be awesome. I'd love doing that. Yeah, let's talk about that for sure.
Well, and I was going to say, Austin would probably be a natural act for you. I'll end on this. If I had to guess, is it a 3 hour drive to Austin, a 5 hour drive? How far is
Three,
Austin?
3.5 hours. So
Oh,
awesome.
that's not bad.
From Dallas.
Nah, it's not bad.
Easy
That's
to do.
yeah, for us, it would be like going to Portland, Oregon, out of
Good.
Seattle. So, well, the best of holidays, my friend. Thank you for this on the road series and giving us a holiday twist with your interest beyond the business sector in the residential market. So, thank you very much. We'll talk to you in 2019.
Thank you for having me, Harry.
All righty.
Bye.